What is going on? Manchester United are moving like a real football club for the first time in a long time. And me and Stacey are going to have a quick drink. Where is it? Cheers. It's a Coke. I've got to drive later. Cheers. You can pretend he's rumming it if you want. Right, Romano and everybody else has just given the word. We got the here we go confirmation on Benjamin Šeško to Manchester United from RB Leipzig. The transfer is 76.5 million euros, which is 66 million pound, plus 8.5 million euros in add-ons, 7.3 million in total in add-ons. So, taking it to approximately 73.7 million. So under 70 million. Going to be reported in dollars just to get it over 100 or something, I'm sure. Personal terms were agreed like yesterday, day before. He's got a contract until June 2030, so a 5-year deal for him. He expressed a clear desire to join United, which is why United's bid seemingly only went in very late, but he was granted permission to talk to us. And you know, he will now travel to Manchester for his medical and finalise the transfer. Significant acquisition for United. This my preference was, I guess it doesn't really matter now, that I would have gone with Ollie Watkins. The reason for that being Premier League proven. Don't think there's time for us to allow a striker to settle in. We can't afford time for someone to adapt to the league. However, he is an improvement on Rasmus Højlund, and the fact that we've got Cunha and Mbeumo, two Premier League proven forwards, I think that you can sort of justify a gamble on Sesko being the right stuff. So even though my preference still would have been Ollie Watkins, I absolutely think Sesko is a huge upgrade on Rasmus Højlund. So that being the case, pretty happy with the deal, to be honest with you, because we've improved the number 9. That, for me, was the one big thing that we had to sort out this year. We have gone and done that. And now everyone's just gone, fucking right then. Who else we signing? In terms of the player, known for his pace, physicality, he's 6 foot fucking massive. He's fantastic in the air. He got 21 in 45 last season, all competitions. If he replicates that, he's been a resounding success. I expect him to probably be a little bit under that. I think him, Cunha, and Mbeumo will all be a little bit under what they got last season, but the net positive for United is that we will score a fucking metric shit ton more goals than we scored last year. That's a good thing. That's literally moving us up in the league. Sorted. Not ready to say 21 is coming yet. But if we get Baleba over the line, you better believe this will not be a Coca-Cola. It might not even have any fucking Coca-Cola in it. Is the Zlatan chant making a comeback, says SM. Ooh, fucking might do, you know. It actually might do. Either way, so United's new recruitment director, Christian Vivell, is the person that's responsible for this. So if it goes tits up, that's where to aim the the hate. But yeah, this has been swiftly done, it feels. After the conclusion of getting the Mbeumo deal over the line, it seems like United did not hold back in getting this one done as well. And there's a tweet from Florian Plettenberg, which I think requires reading out. He's got an exclusive detail. So Florian Plettenberg, Plettigol over on the old Twitter. This is very important. And I'm going to read this out. And I want you to all pay attention to this, because the narrative around Manchester United, particularly from the fucking Geordies, who are having a generational head loss at what's going on at Manchester United at the moment. How are they allowed to spend when they have to sack their fucking cleaning lady, man? Right? It's going off with the Geordies. This is an important detail because they reckon that United are just throwing money at everything. Here's what Florian says. To make the deal possible, Benjamin Šeško agreed to waive part of his salary. He could have earned more at Newcastle. His agency, led by Elvis Basanovic, has also given up a significant share of commission. This was necessary to push the move to Manchester United over the line. His agency And the player would have got paid if he'd have gone to Newcastle, and they both went, no thank you, we want to play for Manchester United. Medical and contract in the next 72 hours. Sensational. Absolutely sensational. That is what you want. People that are prepared to go above and beyond to come and play for Manchester. He's going to be all right for the rent, right? He'll be all right if he has to pick up a Greg's order. He'll have the cash. He's not in the poorhouse for signing for Manchester United. However, this is big. We are signing players that want to be here for the right reasons. We're not signing players that we're having to pay 50 grand a week more for just to get them to come to us. Newcastle, supposedly a better project, supposedly a world-class manager, supposedly a better starting 11, supposedly the place where your career can go and flourish. Meanwhile, Old Trafford is falling down. Carrington's a fucking shithole. We're $1 billion in debt. It's the place where careers go to die, and people still want to sign for us. And you know what? Newcastle have been consistently winning trophies every 70 years now, right? And they still can't sign players. This is what happens when you're a big club, lads. You wouldn't know. Fucking great stuff. Very, 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 very happy. The fact that we've signed a player that really wants to be at the club. I love that detail, and I hope you love that detail as well. There's some super chats here, so I'm going to have a quick gander at some of these. Lensip says, if we get Baleba, Steve to do a Hero We Go video with no pants on, let's go Sesko, let the sausage roll party begin. I don't think we're signing Baleba. I think we're going to try, but I don't think we're signing Baleba. 10 Big Hike says, g'day from Thunder Bay, Canada. Thunder Bay? Why does that sound made up? Up the paddock. Peter Kelly says, Baleba and Donnarumma equals 21. Does it equal 21 like straight away? Or would it be like, take a step towards it, come second or third and then move in? Because I don't disagree. I don't think it's this year. I think you might, maybe it is. Maybe the 1 game a week factor would be enough, right? We can start talking this giddy now. Depends on whether we get Baleba or not. But like I said, be very surprised if we do manage to get Baleba over the line. Jed Stall says, Sesko is a better player than Gyökeres was when he went to Sporting. He's got the attributes to be any kind of striker that Amorim wants him to be. Not sure about that. Maybe. Ian Warren says, 66 million amortised across 5 years equals 13 million a year. So, last night when I was on the live, there was a lot of people talking about how do we afford this? It's going to get, and people were saying, well, it's going to get amortised over whatever. Yeah, but that's how all transfers. That's not something that just started this summer for United. Like we're still paying for fucking Sebastian Veron, probably. Not. We are still paying for probably Casemiro, etc. Though. So like, it's not like we had a clean slate. We are still having to pay for transfers from 4 or 5 years ago, though. But yeah, it's not bad that over 5 years, is it? Tembik Hike says, if we land Baleba, this has to be a 9 out of 10 summer. I will give you 9 out of 10 once the bomb squad's gone. If you sell Sancho and Garnacho, and someone mentioned something before, like, what's going on with Garnacho? Like, have I not seen this? Someone said Chelsea are in for Garnacho. For starters, why? Like, Chelsea have got more fucking wingers. Why are they signing Garnacho? Why do they want Garnacho? Drew says, I'm getting Sesko for my shirt. Hang on. Seth says, still cautious if between 5 and 10 around Christmas success. I don't know. It's hard to gauge that far out. Great seeing you guys in Chicago. Welcome back anytime. I want to come back to Chicago, you know. I thought it was a really nice city and I didn't see enough of it. So I do want to come back. I'm trying to plan a trip with the missus that involves Nashville and an Auburn game, seeing as I've been a man and boy Auburn fan for about 2 weeks now. Akash says, interesting that we didn't break our wage structure to get Sesko. I was in favour of Watkins, but I'll back this signing. Hope it goes well. Same. Sean says, United fan from Sunderland. Absolutely love the Geordie meltdowns. Perfect. Kralk says, when you see Wilcox and Vivell, give them a kiss from me. Absolute legends. I was thinking about snogging him, to be honest. We'll have to see how it goes. Ballers says, Amorim out. Type Marker says, did United win the Euro Millions? Yeah, do you know what I mean? What the fuck is going on? Are we just fucking blagging it and being like, when the bill comes, we'll just turn the lights off and not answer the fucking door? What is going on? Limited Edition says Chelsea director really wants Garnacho. Jenkins says Ornstein reported that Chelsea are going for Garnacho. Honestly. I am here for this. I don't know why they want him, but let's just... Should we all tweet, oh no, don't sign him? Does Rasmus lose the 9? Ooh, don't know. Who gets more goals, Sesko or Delap? I think Sesko. Because I think Delap won't play every game, and I think Sesko might play every game. Previn says Chelsea have increased talks with Garnacho according to reports today. Honestly, calm down. I can only get so erect. Carl says, I feel like we're just tapping the credit card and hoping it's not declined. What, like this? What's that one? Awab says, it's funny, I was so excited to Sesko to sign, but no, all I'm doing is refreshing, waiting for Belabor updates. Listen. Let's just all calm down. And let's just take in the fact that we've just signed someone, because I feel like we didn't get to enjoy Cunha because the very next day they went, hey, fucking Mbumo, transfer. We've put a bid in. And we all went, focus. So let's just relax. Because then because it took 6 weeks to get Mbumo over the line, we never really fucking enjoyed Mbumo, right? So let's just... I know we're all giddy about Belabor, right? Let's just chill out, relax, see how it goes. And if we do bring in Belabor, sweet. But right now, we've just signed the new striker. Let's just be happy that we've signed the new striker. And let's take it in for a few days. I'll do how he fits in. You know what I mean? Like, let's just enjoy a fucking signing for once. Like, too much of modern life is all lived in the next fucking moment. Just chill out. Enjoy the new thing that we've got for a fucking day, at least, before we all go, right, mega. Are we signing Belabor or what? Like, just, we got a new striker. Chill. As the next comment I see is, I still think we'll sign Lament. Yeah, I think San Lament, I probably could do, you know. Yeah. 6-4 Ahmed says we should just wait for the next window and stick to our... Lost it. It's gone. Aster says, Sesko 14, Gyökeres number 14, mega opening day for United, number 1 target, Arsenal number 1 target, Belabor next, here we go, 21, here it comes. Previn says, thought he was an Oklahoma fan last year, Steve. I was, but I'm a man and boy Auburn fan for a year. So I tried to watch Oklahoma, but I didn't have any connection to them. I've still got them on alerts, actually, and I put them on Instagram on my alerts. So for every post, Oklahoma post, I got... an alert. I couldn't get into it. I struggled to watch any of their games live as well because of the time that they were on. But getting a tour, having a connection, you know, I did a jersey swap while I was there. I spoke to the coaches. I had a fucking mooch around the facility. I stood on the pitch at the stadium. I've wanted a college team. I wanted it to be Oklahoma because I also chose a place in Oklahoma because I was like, I've never been there before. It looks pretty mega and I wouldn't mind going there. Auburn's a little bit of an underdog, and it's the underdog in Alabama as a state. Alabama, Roll Tide is the bigger fish in that pond. So, you know, try and catch an Auburn game. Hit Nashville. Hit a bit of Chicago. Hang on, just try to get rid of some of the widgets in the chat. Bye-bye. Right then. Gareth says, it's kind of like a kid opening Christmas present looking for the Argos catalogue for the next Christmas present a little bit. Realistic finish with the addition of Belabor. We'll talk about that when we sign Belabor, mate. Apparently Sesko's landing tonight. Nice. Will Rasmus be a good backup? I don't think he'll be here. I think we'll move him on. I think he'll get moved on. Liam says, got a feeling Garnacho will go Chelsea on the cheap. It probably will end up being cheap, but as long as he goes, I think we're all right. What's a realistic price for Belabor? I think 80 million. They'd probably do a business. Darko says, Donnarumma would backstop 10 years if we let him. Arguably the best keeper in the world outside of Courtois. Would I still get Lemon? Yeah, because I think Lemon's coming in as a backup anyway, with the potential to be a number one. I can't imagine the Donnarumma stuff is real. I can't. I fucking can't. But, like, the way this window's gone, honestly, if we do manage to move on some of this bomb squad, fucking hell. What a window this is turning out to be. You know, for all of the shit that Ineos were getting, for that 6 weeks in between Cunha and Mbumo getting signed, the fucking things I was reading, I was like, I'm sure they're not just fucking spinning around in chairs. I'm sure they're actually doing stuff. Meanwhile, bosh. Where is Sancho? Fuck knows. Ten Big Hike says, did Sir Jim bullshit the entire league into thinking we were cash poor? Maybe. Yeah, maybe he managed to get a fucking payday loan and we're all fucking good for at least a week or two. Colin says, how does it feel for us to sign players that we've done scout reports on? It feels rare. Apart from centre mid and goalkeeper, which other position do I want? I could make a case for a right wing back. And I think we'd be all right after that. Stephen Harris says, Donnarumma could be our new Van der Sar. Also, isn't he about 15 years younger than Van der Sar when we signed him? PSG signed a new goalkeeper today. Yeah, so I don't know where I saw that Donnarumma was on 800 grand a week, but I believed it and I repeated it, and I was wrong. If he's not on 800 grand a week and he's willing to come for like a relative decent price, that is a good signing. I don't know how. I just can't imagine. Like, there's not been any talk of Onana going. I don't know. That would be a hell of a signing, though. Hell of a signing. Mark Jackson says Rasmus should stay for a season as backup and see if he improves with the pressure off a bit. Maybe. He might. Yeah, he might do. And he might be all right if he does that, yeah. But my instinct tells me I think he'll go. Wes says, can't remember a manager getting backed in a summer as well as this. Did Fergie get a summer like this before the Glazers? Yeah, was it? Fergie got about 3 years where we signed. Did we sign Rude and Veron in the same window? That was a big window. And then the next window we got Rio. And then the next window you got Cristiano. And the next window you got Wayne Rooney. That was pretty spectacular windowing, if you ask me. And even though Veron was a flop, he was still a fucking good player. Could a smart loan deal be done for Donnarumma? Oh, shit, yes, he could. That might be the move, you know. That might be how you do it. Fucking Christ. If you get Baleba and Donnarumma on loan, the Geordies might implode, and I'm going to be arrested for wanking outside Old Trafford on Friday when we do transfer review. I don't think you're allowed to do that. I think that's illegal, especially in the summer holidays, right? Don't think you can do that. Acorn Electron says Dwight York summer was class 2. That was a hell of a window. So that was Jaap Stam, Dwight York, and Jesper Blomqvist. That was a pretty fucking spectacular window. That was a spectacular window. Not the summer before. That was just Teddy Sheringham. Was it the 96 or 97 summer where it was Jordi Cruyff, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ronnie Johnson, and Karol Poborski. He didn't really work out, did he? Mohammed says top 5 if Donna and Baleba are in. Yes. If United get Donnarumma and Baleba, I think we finish top 5. Yes. I absolutely do. I don't think we're getting Baleba, though. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think we are. And like I said, could we just enjoy Sesko? For now. And I swear to God, if Scotty has done a thong song fucking remixed with Sesko, I'm going to fucking punch him in the face, right? We're not having that. It's going to happen though, innit? Someone's going to do it. Schneidermark SP says, if we somehow get Baleba, really, really hope so, without Champions League football, we should be strong favourites top 6. If we get Donnarumma, should be top 4 possible in your opinion? Yes. I absolutely think that's the case. Yes. Sesko versus Victor, box office. Is it the new Henry versus Rude? Is that what it's going to be? PSG want to sell, and they've just bought a new keeper, and he only has 1 year left on his contract. Unpopular opinion, Onana will be goalkeeper of the year this season. Lots of 21 is coming in the chat. You fucking lunatics. Do we break FFP rules, signing a midfielder and goalkeeper, and then win the league and then take the points hit the next season? I think we're all right to sign. For me, it's never been a case of, well, we can't sign them. It's a case like FFP or PSR wise. It was more a case of, do we have the money? I don't know. Could we still go for Watkins? No, but I wouldn't be against, like I said a couple of weeks ago, and people lost their fucking mind in the chat. If we get another striker in, i.e. Sesko or Ollie Watkins, Calvert-Lewin as a backup on fuck all with no expectation is not the worst idea I've ever heard, especially when you've only got 1 game a fucking week. But if you can get Baleba and Donnarumma in, they would take massive priority over doing that. That would be so far down the... That's literally like 9:45 on deadline day. Has he signed for anyone yet? No. Go on then, fucking get him in, fuck it. See what happens. QWERTY says, who of our new signings do I think will have the biggest impact this season? Also, hello from Kansas City. I think Cunha. I think he carries himself like a Manchester United player. I think Cunha. But I think... so, I just done a video. I think honestly, I've got like 9 videos to record today. I don't know what I've said in which video, so forgive me if I repeat myself and you're like, yeah, you said that in this video. Just get used to it. I think one of the beauties of having 3 forwards join the club at once is you're not all going to be like, Sesko, you have to be fucking quality or we're fucked. Cunha and Bumo and Sesko are all sharing that new signing pressure between the 3 of them. And I think it literally gets split between them. And I think that's a massive positive thing. We're not looking at that one player going, fuck me, mate, you better work. You're kind of like, well, he could do a bit, he could do a bit. Like, you just asked me there, who's going to be the most impactful out of those 3? And you're like, fucking, I don't know, you know. But if all 3 of them are pretty good, we're all right, aren't we? Percy says, dude, why do you have to shout? I'm fucking passionate, all right? There's plenty of boring cunts you could watch instead. Alien Invention says, Donnarumma to be the next goalkeeping legend at United, please. He would fit the bill. What are the chances we try Mbumo at right wing back? I think he'll end up sort of covering that area a little bit anyway, you know. Folly Pele says like Gyökeres in Arsenal. Yeah, a little bit like Gyökeres at Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal have come second. So think about the circumstances of these transfers, right? Arsenal have come second, handful of times now. They keep thinking that they need a goal-scoring number 9. I personally think that the way that they play with Havertz as a false 9, and they sort of, almost like a 4-4-2 diamond in a way, or even like a 4-2-2, the way that he comes into the half space and play makes is why Arsenal are so good at dominating the ball. Gyökeres ain't going to do that. He's going to stand in between the centre halves, and he's going to wait for the ball to come in, then he's going to put it in the back of the net when it does, because that's what he fucking does, right? And he's very, very good at that. But he ain't good. He can go through a game and have 6 touches and 4 of them be shots and be fucking double happy with that. I think he fundamentally changes the way Arsenal play football. And I think they are less effective at doing what's got them to second place with him in the team. Now, because he's been the big shiny signing that's known for scoring the fucking goals, if he does not deliver the goals, or Arsenal are like a collective worse because they don't dominate the ball in the same way they do because he's in the team, the fucking pressure on him is going to be outrageous. And do I hope he fails? Well, yeah, clearly. Schneidermark says, I know you're not confident on Baleba this summer, but the fact that Ornstein tweeted that the pursuit is on, I just think the chances are higher than before, because why would they let Ornstein post if we were not seriously in for him? I know, and I'm prepared to be honey-dicked with it myself, but I think we're going to try, genuinely. But I think that we probably need to make the sales, and we're probably going to fail on that front. MN2K says, I can see us signing Baleba on loan with a huge future fee next season. That could work. Tyler's Take says, I know I'm late, Steve. We've got to try Utah. The hiking and scenes are incredible. Utah and Colorado are on the list. Disco Stew says, Mbumo and Sesko scoring in a win versus the Geordies is written in the stars. Sesko scoring against Arsenal is written in the fucking stars as well, potentially, isn't it? Joseph Stairs says, friendly arranged in negotiations tweeted by Pletigol. Sesko announced Saturday by Romano. Fantastic. Ghost Fitz Killer says, looking well, Steve. The new Carrington is nice. Looking nice plus going forward. What is a nice plus going forward too? Yes, I agree. I did a video talking about that with Joe, which I think is either coming out tonight or tomorrow morning. Mia Mitten says, create a book reading list you've got me into reading. I was debating doing that actually on Patreon. So if you want to know more about what's going on, not managed to post that video yet, which I'll be posting it as soon as I wrap this up. So before 5 o'clock, hopefully that behind the scenes podcast is going out. But for anyone that wants to know my workout routine, anyone that wants to see the presentations that I gave, both the PDFs, so you can download them and use them for your own coaching if you want, or if you want to just watch the videos that I did, all of those are already on Patreon. There's been fucking hundreds of new people come and join. And the more people that join, the more we can do. And I would like eventually, if we get enough, if we get a couple of thousand in, I will hire a full-time Patreon producer and we can give you daily content on there. So if you would like more and more of that and the stuff that doesn't go on the main channel, link is in the description. Come and join the fucking Patreon. So stuff like the reading list, that will absolutely go on there. But there's all sorts of behind-the-scenes shit that's going on there too. And if we do manage to get a Patreon producer, I will literally be putting my full workouts in there that I'm doing every day. And like I said last night, I am in the process of, I've got an ultra in 4 weeks, ultra marathon, 56-mile ultra marathon in the mountains. It's a mountain ultra marathon. It's a fucking stupid idea, I know. But I'm doing that in 4 weeks, so they'll be training for that. That's going on. Adil says, embrace the delusion, Steve. It's good for you. Probably end up will doing. B. O'Reilly says, have I heard about this friendly to make RB? Oh, where's that gone? Some dough prediction. United will play 1 or 2 games in the Gulf to make a few million this season. I could see that happening. Yeah. Or maybe international breaks or something. Acorn Electron says, great vid. I'm optimistic for the future of United. Got to feed the animals who are staring at me though. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go feed your animals. Mike says, anyone going to address the 4 Newcastle fan send a box of vapes? Get me the address and I'll send it. And I'll send them a Sesko shirt. 10 Big Hike says, Cunha, Sesko and Bumo for our new front line. Listen, all last season, I was losing my fucking mind. Me and Joe did a video every single week where I was like, there's no fucking goals in this team, lads. Now there's goals. 3 players that can deliver 20 goals have just been signed. That is how, when I talk about moneyballing, people think that's like about, trying to find fucking players that aren't worth much and bringing them into the team. No, the main thing that I think of when I was watching the Moneyball thing is the buying of the runs. Yeah, we have bought goals. We have signed players who score goals. Therefore, fucking goals. Boom. Rampage says, Arsenal told Gyökeres and Sesko out on a date and they waited until we told them. MN2K says, are we just going for every Newcastle target, Steve? Who we after next? McGinn. Well, that's why I tweeted that last night. Welcome to Manchester United, John. Ash House says, I'd cope getting Baleba and wait until next year for Donnarumma on a free. That would be mad smart if we did that, wouldn't it? I don't know if we've got that in us. Cameron says, if this season fails and they say another rebuild is needed, do we just give up on this club's hierarchy? Fucking hell, mate. Well, this club's hierarchy has had one fucking shot at it. Daniel Berry says, was that Newcastle fan crash bigger than the Leeds 6-1 one? No, I think the Leeds 6-1 one was a bigger head loss. He fucking fully lost his mind, didn't he? That one was just stupid, I think, personally. Scott Gray says, I'm concerned about Balaba's FB rev given the price. Ugarte and Casa are performing better per 90 in defensive actions and progressive passes. Yeah, because that's not what he's necessarily about. He's someone that's going to drive it through the middle. And it's not all defensive actions either. His defensive actions are fucking genuinely, like, in terms of, like, interceptions, front foot pressing, like, tackles, he is way up there. And yes, his progressive passes aren't necessarily there, but that's not what you're getting him in for. He isn't going to be Pirlo. He isn't going to be Michael Carrick. He is literally way more of a Kante than that sort of a player, but he will cover some serious ground. Warburton's Toasty said, did I hear we paid less wages and had an agent waive their fee? Fucking hell, we've changed. Yeah, it is worth so much fucking that we reiterate that post. And so I'll read it out again. Florian Plettenberg, exclusive detail. To make the deal with Manchester United possible, Benjamin Šeško agreed to waive a part of his salary. He could have earned more at Newcastle, and his agency also giving up a significant share of the commission to push the move to Manchester United over the line. We're acting like a serious football club again. Holy shit. Steven Hour says, I'll pay double Patreon. Are we burning the if I pay double Patreon, are we burning the shorts? Listen, I need to show you the new pair of shorts that I've got. I've got some fucking short shorts. You can almost see my cock and balls, right? Whether or not we get those photos or not, might have to create an OnlyFans for those. No, the shorts are going shorter. We are not getting any longer on the shorts. We can go shorter. Any news on the outgoings? Just that Chelsea somehow want fucking Garnacho for some reason, but whatever. Abdul says, will I go on a sausage roll parade in the Middle East if we win the league? I don't think sausage rolls are very popular in the Middle East. I am going to be honest with you, but I am willing on a cultural visit to take sausage rolls wherever they need to go around the world. Max says, you have to remember Brighton hold the ball better than United, so naturally you will have better numbers. Possible. One of the sausage rolls coming out, fucking, if we sign Baleba, they will be out. CTB says the wage thing means players aren't seeing us as the graveyard for talent. They see value being raised after coming. Correct. Pronation says absolute cinema. Fucking correct. Guns out. Nuns out. Okay. Hi, Steve. If I could manage, what can I manage more without, the Whoop or the Garmin? I've got a Whoop and I'm wanting to get a Garmin. Fucking wear both, mate. They offer different things. So there is no screen on the Whoop, okay? The Whoop tracks your sleep, your strain, your recovery, and all of your trends in terms of heart rate, HRV, really, really important stuff. I could not do without my Whoop. My Garmin, if I wasn't running or rooking tabbing for time, I could do without the Garmin. But if I'm tracking my times and stuff, then the Garmin, because there's no screen on the Whoop. Now, you can get some information on your phone, but you don't want to be pulling your phone out all the fucking time when you're doing exercise. So if I'm doing anything that requires timings, just a quick glance at the watch, we're off and running with that. Also, I have a Garmin scale, which is linked to the watch, which then every day my weight gets updated in there. So there are a few things on them, but I literally wear both. So when people go, which one? Well, I have both. So for me, both. Depends on what you're doing. Nick says, I thought Rasmus looked decent in his first season. What do we need to convince us that Sesko is the real deal this season? I want to see better hold-up play from him. I want to see him being able to change how we have an option when it comes to playing out, because at the moment you go long to Rasmus Højlund and you just give the opposition the ball. I want to see us be able to utilise the crossing of Bruno Fernandes with his aerial threat and with Dorgu and the aerial threat. I want to see us press as a 3 with Mbumo, Cunha and Sesko from the front. I think that could be fucking mad impactful. And I think if he scores 11, 12 goals in the Premier League, I think that would be successful. Can I make a video on how that front 3 will work? Well, I've done one on how Sesko fits in. That's already recorded. Currently being edited in there. I think that's coming out tomorrow. Can I do a response to the Geordies? Write that one down. Response to Geordies. And what I'll also do is I'll also write down how the front three works. So I'll give you the titles of the videos that I'm recording today. So, and this is the order that they went down in. Fiorentina preview, obviously that'll be out tomorrow. Defensive structure explained. So that's after my conversation with Amorim and also what Rio added to it as well. We're going to try and do that with my matchday graphics so we can explain a little bit more in detail. That might come out in the week before Arsenal because it's going to be a bit of a hefty edit. How Sesko fits in. Let's talk about Dorgu. I've got a scout report coming. I won't tell you on who just yet. 5 things from the tour. 3 problems still to fix. Sesko, here we go, which is right now, so let's fucking take that one off. Response to Geordies. How the front three works. How's that? And if you come and join Patreon in the next half an hour or so, you can have the video with myself and Amy behind the scenes. Stainless says, imagine if Raiola was still alive, no doubt would have been involved in some of these deals. His agency's still alive and kicking, I think. Zorro says to the tune of Zlatan's chant, oh, it's a fucking super chat, go read it. Benjamin Šeško, he's our Slovenian striker. Chose the real United because he's not a fucking knobhead. The rest of it can be the same, 6'5". I'm not going to sing super chat, go read it. I'm not going to sing. If you send me a fucking thing, yeah, I'm not going to do it. The one of PP says Sesko had people in his ears saying they finished 15th, no FA Cup, no Champions League, and he said, but it's Manchester United. Fucking correct. Bob says data on Sesko's flick-ons or hold-up from direct kicks is better than what we currently have, so this may impact positively on Onana's distribution finally. That was a large fucking portion of the video I've already recorded, which is talking about the flick-ons. I actually say watch out for Mbumo running on to one of those flick-ons and giving us a bit of a threat. CTB says, is your upcoming scout report vid based on inside info like Baleba? Sadly not, no. It is a more speculative one. Path says, Steve, can I make a video about our strongest 11 and the backup 11? Yep, let's do one of that. Let's have a look at the depth. Hey, keep the fucking ideas coming, especially if you get over on Patreon. We can have some idea sessions on there in terms of content that you want to see being made, because I lose like 4 videos a week next season. So preview, review, 5 things, player ratings. I've lost 4 videos a week, so I need to bring in 4 videos a week. So if you want to fucking throw in some video ideas, definitely join on Patreon and let's suggest what's going on over there, because I do need to find 4 extra videos a week. And I like them if we can make them repeatable. So obviously, like 5 things we learned after that game, fantastic. Player ratings, fantastic. I can do it after every single game. But yeah, I could do with some others. So debating doing a little bit more non-United content, but we'll have to see how that shakes off. Anyway, I need to get some more videos recorded. But if you enjoy the channel, you want to get more involved, you want to get into the inner circle, you want to get into the community that we are creating, you want to see some of the behind the scenes, whether it's the workout stuff, whether it's the managing paddock stuff, whatever it is, if you're interested in any of that sort of shit, or behind the scenes of the new podcast, there'll be another podcast dropping tomorrow. We recorded another one this week. If you've not seen the Dave Coleman one from last week, go check it out. Then come and join the Patreon. We're doing some big stuff over there, and I would like to do more and more. Tactics review, I could probably get away with doing that on Patreon if we get the time, but we can't post it on YouTube because it gets flagged. But yeah, come and join Patreon. Come and get in the fucking mix. I've also posted a podcast with my wife Janine today over on the Coke is flat, probably is now, you know. It's also a bit room temperature, but we'll drink it. Would you rather me sit here drinking and not talking, But there's a podcast out on the IRL channel if you're looking for something else to watch. Otherwise, we've got a Sesko, how he fits in, coming in tomorrow, as well as a preview for Fiorentina. And it might be a 5 things we learned on the tour for Saturday morning. We'll have to see on that one. But cheers, everybody. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Come and check out the Patreon. Links to that is in the description. See you in a bizzle. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.